Hi, welcome to today's Stitch Talk. Woo! Okay, so what's gonna happen is today is a very special day. We are having a very special visitor today, so I'm super excited. So if you are watching, you are going to be so blessed and honored to be here because we have a special guest. Her name is Aimee Stewart, one of personally one of my favorite Heaven Earth Design artists, and she is super excited to be on with us. I'm just waiting real quick for her to get on. Hey Susan, definitely say hey as you pop up here. All right, we're waiting for Aimee. Let's see if she pops on here. No, this is okay, hold on. Let's see if I can invite her real quick. Hold on. Give me a second. All right. Let's see. You guys bear with me as we try to get Aimee on here. I think she can also request to hop on here too. So let's try. Let's see. All right, let's see. Hold on, I'm typing to her real quick. Okay, we have some more people popping on. Sorry guys, I thought this was going to be a little bit more easier. I wanted to wait to tell you about the giveaway also until she popped on here. So give us a couple of seconds to figure out technology in its glory. Okay, let's see. Can somebody tag her? That might work. Somebody tag Aimee Stewart, please. Hey Angel, hey Alicia, hey Rachel, hey Chandra, hey Michelle, hey Laura, hey Kimberly. Hey Aimee, hey April. Okay, let me see if I can tag her. Let's see. At Aimee. Let's see if she pops up here. Hold on, let's see. So, how are you guys doing this awesome Friday? Hey Mary, hey Phyllis. Okay. We're just waiting a couple seconds to see what happens. If not, I'm going to have to tell you about the giveaway. Hey Holly, hey Deborah. Okay, let me actually comment on my official video real quick. I really did think this was going to be easier. Okay, someone did tag her. Thank you for that. Okay, let me shoot her an email real quick too. I guess I could whip out my stitching. At least make the best of what's happening here. Okay, if anyone sees her hop on, let me know. All right, I sent her an email. Let's see. So if you guys actually want to do this, we could do this while we are waiting, because I know that she is aware of the time and the day and all that good stuff. I did tell her. So we are set for that. I'm just not quite sure what's happening outside of that. So how about you go ahead and type in some Q&A questions for her, and we can go from there. Michelle, you want me to go ahead and talk about the giveaway? All right. Since she is not on, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the giveaway. So I am blessed enough to be able to work with Michelle and to be able to basically communicate to her like my ideas for, how to make Heaven Earth Design, explode everywhere basically. And so I had this awesome idea that we should do a type of giveaway. And I was kind of hesitant about asking her because I didn't know if she would think I was like crazy or if she would be like, oh, this is a great idea, So the way it's going to work, she actually was really excited about it. So that's really cool. So how the giveaway is going to work. Basically, I was able to talk to Aimee and to set up this interview. She was like super excited about it. To be interviewed on this topic of Heaven Earth Design and all of her artistic glory and all of her work. And so basically how the giveaway is going to work is Michelle has so graciously, and it's really incredible, I can't wait to tell you, she has offered, based on this interview that we're going to do, to give away a mini kit. That means material kit, okay? And so basically how that works, and I did copy and paste this from the Heaven Earth Design website because I wanted to make sure I told you everything that was going to be in there. So basically you're going to, with that material pack, you're going to get all of the floss that goes with the mini chart. I'm about to reveal what the mini chart is, okay? Let me get some emojis. How excited are you to be entering in a giveaway where you're going to win a mini kit? Okay, so you're going to get all of the floss that goes with it. You're going to get fabric. You're also going to get a glamour pouch to keep your supplies in. You're going to get, what else does it say? And the floss is going to come on the floss cards that have the with the little rings. If you guys have ever gotten a material kit, you know what that I mean by that. And then also, you are going to get a surprise needlework tool. So that's kind of cool. And then you also get some needles in this cute little wooden case that's like so great. So I'm super excited about that. So that is going to be part of our giveaway. And Aimee Stewart has also decided that she wanted to throw in some of her needle minders as well. So the winner is actually going to get a material kit for a mini chart, which I'm about to show you. The reveal is coming. I'm not getting these. Totally not getting these. It's okay. I'm not getting some of the comments here. It's life. It must go on. So you're going to get that material kit, and you're also going to get those needle minders from Aimee. So this is super exciting. So basically what I'm about to do is Aimee just checked her message. I'm going to reveal while I'm waiting for Aimee to see my message. She's typing right now. I'm assuming maybe something came up, but it's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the grand reveal of what the chart is. I'm excited. I'm going to show you right now. Let me pull it up real quick. So, hey Melissa, thanks for hopping on. The winner, hold on, let me see what she said. Okay, so Aimee just said she's trying to get in. She's having issues with her connection. I'm telling you, technology struggles. So what we're going to do, I'm about to do the grand reveal once I turn to it. All right, drum roll, please. Yep, that just happened. Sorry. Okay, drum roll. The mini chart that someone is going to get is this bad boy, Mini Gypsy Firefly. That was totally the winner. It had like 355 likes and loves and all that good stuff. So this beautiful chart, someone's gonna win as a kit. How cool, right? So that's super exciting. What you're gonna do in order to enter this giveaway, how it's gonna work, is I am going to post a YouTube video. Since I'll probably just post this video and it'll be fine. Maybe I'll edit it. I might edit it like the beginning before I start to talk about the giveaway. I don't know, we'll see. What you're gonna do is I'm gonna post this video to YouTube, my actual YouTube channel. In order to be considered for the giveaway, you're gonna have to do a couple things. And I did make notes, so I wanted to make sure I read those notes. So let me pull those up real quick. So in order to win, first of all, the giveaway is actually going to start today. As soon as this video is over, I have to do some details and get it all set up and actually post the video, and then I have to post the link to the system I'm using and all that good stuff. So after today, probably about 15 to 30 minutes after this call is over, the giveaway is going to officially be starting. And so it's actually going to run for 3 whole weeks. And the reason why is because it takes about 10 days or so for the kit to be put together. And I really want to kind of spread this as big as possible. And because it's the holidays and everybody is cray-cray all over the place. Okay. So you actually get 3 weeks to enter in this giveaway, and some of the entries will be multiple entries, so you can do the same thing every single day and get more entries into the giveaway. Okay, and so basically what's going to happen, there's 3 main things you have to do. First of all, when you take a look at that video, there's going to be a link. The link is connected to a Gleam account. It's really simple. All you do is click on that link, and you're going to have to give me, it doesn't go to anyone else, just me. You're going to give me your name and your email address, obviously, so Heaven Earth Design, Michelle, or whoever can connect with you via email. And so I can connect with you and let you know that you won. How cool, right? So I obviously need your name and just your email. Not a big deal. That's it. And then that's how you're going to enter. And the other things that you have to do to enter is that, the main thing that you need to do to enter is you need to share the actual original YouTube video. So once you share that original YouTube video, you get 5 entries into the drawing, okay? And then the other thing is you get a bonus 2 entries for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And then you also get extra entries for referring your friends. So each friend you refer, you also end up getting entries as well. And there'll be more information about that when you click on the official YouTube video, and then on the bottom I'll have all that information, and the Gleam account that it's connected to will show you all that too. Okay, so that's basically simply how that is gonna work. And so I'm gonna double check to see if Aimee's able to get on, and I'm gonna reply to her real quick. Does anyone have any questions? I'm not seeing comments right now. So let me see. Weird that I'm not seeing comments. Oh, I see some comments now. Okay, you guys are speaking up. Woo! Okay. Yes, Lindy Worldwide. Ah, Aimee's here. Okay, I'm ready. Woo! Okay. It's happening, guys. She's coming. Aimee!
Hi! Sorry about the delay.
It's totally okay. I figured something was going on. I was like, I'm pretty sure I told her the time, so she'll be here eventually.
You
How
too.
cool. Awesome. So let's basically get the show on the road. So I already talked a little bit about the giveaway, and just because I don't think I kind of told you all of the specifics of it, basically we are Michelle agreed to give away mini. It's actually going to be Gypsy Firefly. I had everybody in the group vote on their favorite out of like 4 different
Oh,
choices, and they
fun.
voted for Gypsy Firefly. So she's actually sending
Yay.
a mini like material pack, which includes like the floss and like the needles and everything, which is really cool. And I also
Oh,
let them
that's so
know that,
awesome.
yeah, and I also let them know that you had some needle miners that you wanted to give away as well. So that's pretty cool too.
I do. I absolutely do. There's several different designs, but one of them will be Stitchy Bug, and then I
Oh,
have a
so
few
cute.
more. So yeah.
Okay, awesome. Sweet. So I
Yay!
did have some questions that I wanted to ask you that I had sent you via email. So I'm just gonna pull those up real quick.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. I see your messages scrolling by.
Super cool. Okay, so the first question I had for you is what got you started painting?
Oh my gosh. Well, basically, I've just been that girl ever since I was a kid that had crayons in my hand or coloring pencils. I didn't really play with dolls or anything like that. I was just give me some butcher paper and some crayons and I was happy. And so, I mean, it's just been my whole life. And I was the person in school that people would come to if they needed a backdrop painted or anything like that. And I didn't really think about it being something I could make a living at. I didn't go to college or anything like that. I graduated and I kind of jumped into just day jobs, whatever I could get here where I live. And it wasn't until, computers and Photoshop and things like that where I realized I didn't have to have a huge studio with tons of paint and all that stuff that's really expensive. I could actually just hop on a computer and start practicing digitally. And that's kind of what skyrocketed everything, is because I could just kind of be in my own little space and be on a computer and not have to, oops, sorry, my thumb, making a cameo. Um, just that was it. And it was kind of like my oasis. When I would come home from work, I would just start playing in Photoshop and didn't really think about anything else. I just kind of wanted to make my daydreams kind of appear and share them with people, and it kind of snowballed after that.
That's so cool. So what type of I guess you'd call them, I don't know what you call them, like the different types of ways that you would like paint or draw or watercolor or whatever. What's your favorite? Or what are
Oh gosh.
most of your work in? Like what do you use?
Well, all of the work that you see is digital. It's painted digitally. I absolutely love
Okay.
watercolor. Watercolor. Oops. Am I still connected?
Yeah,
Because I
it's
blanked.
breaking up a little bit
Oh, okay.
for those
Um,
technology struggles.
I know. Anyway, no, I really love digital artwork. It's so fun because
Okay.
technology has taken it to where if I want to do watercolor, I can do it that way. If I want to do oil paints or anything like that, I can just do it that way. And then I'm a big champion of photo montage, which is taking elements from photos
Okay.
and building upon it and then making it into a piece of art. And I love doing that so much. And that's a lot of what goes into my artwork and why I can make it so detailed.
Okay. Awesome. I had no idea. I'm glad I asked. So do you think that it was a natural ability that you had, or did you have any type of training or anything?
It's been a real gift. It's been a lot of practice on my own part, but other than some simple art classes in high school, that's all I've ever taken. It's just been a pure passion and a willingness to sit for hours and hours and just play at it. And when you love something, the time that goes into it doesn't seem hard. It doesn't seem like work until you realize you've just spent years schooling yourself on something. So my whole family is artistic and musical, and so I'm kind of, you know, really fortunate to be born into a family that has so many talents like that. So it kind of came natural to me.
That's awesome. So where do you get the ideas for your work?
Um, I I constantly daydream. I mean, it's just you'll see me at any given time just spacing out, and I'm just daydreaming things up. You know, I have a truly overactive imagination, and I'll just walk down the street and see a leaf, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, what if I put a little, you know, a little squirrel on the leaf and send him on a journey, and it just kind of starts like that. And I listen to a ton of music, and I read books, and I love movies, and there's just so much out there that's inspiring, and I eat it all up, and then it just kind of comes out in these visions that I put down on digital paper, so to speak.
That's so cool. What was your, okay, so I picked out some of the like really talked about across the charts out there, and I wanted to ask what your inspiration was. So first of all, this is personally for me because I have this chart and it's really cool. Grandma's Attic. Where did you get the inspiration for that one?
Oh, Grandma's attic. Well, um, I guess you could say I'm old fashioned, and I've always wanted to go up into grandma's attic and find all these treasures. And I think, you know, kind of like if you're familiar with the movie Goonies, and they go up in the attic and
Hmm.
they find the treasure map and they find everything. And you know, and I my grandma unfortunately didn't have an attic like that, and I think I always wish she did. um and now I have my own attic that's kind of stashed away like that. It has stuff from my childhood and everything in it. And so it's just this daydream of always having a place where your treasures are. And I've always lived in pretty much, I've only lived in 3 places in my whole life. And I hear stories of people who've moved a lot and they've lost a lot of those treasures. And so I guess I put it out there for the people who maybe wish they still had that stuff, or they do and they're really happy they do. That's kind of where that came from.
Cool. Okay. What about a stitch in time? Is that something you made specifically for Heaven Earth Design, or is that something you came up with, or tell us a little bit more about that?
Oh man, A Stitch in Time was basically my love letter to all of the Heaven and Earth Design stitchers that you know, it just makes my day to log in and to see everybody's starts and finishes, and people, you know, throwing their hands up in the air over the confetti, which makes me grin because I
Yep.
know how hard that is. And I sat down one day and I thought, you know, I had made bookshelves before. I had made my fairy tale whimsy shelf, and I had made all these other bookshelves. And I thought, you know, what could I do that would just be a love letter to all these people out there stitching my stuff and being so incredible with their own talent. And it just hit me that I could, you know, kind of have a nod to, because it's full of famous artwork of all different you know, 1700s, 1800s, and such. And I thought I need to go find all these pieces of artwork that have these lovely visions of people stitching, and in these moments that, you know, I know that all of you, when you're stitching, you put yourself into that kind of scenario, and I think it's so beautiful. So when I finally did it, I told Michelle about it, and she was like, yeah, do it. Then it just kind of was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and it became something I'm just gobsmacked by. I didn't know that everyone would fall in love with it so much, but I'm thrilled. It just made my whole year when that came out.
Awesome. I really like that piece. It's definitely like one of the ones that is super talked about for sure. It's definitely a popular piece.
Yeah.
Now, what about the Amazing Animal Kingdom?
Oh gosh, the Amazing Animal Kingdom. Um, if I didn't do what I do now, I would probably work in something that had to do with animals. It's just, I wish I could have an 800-acre farm with animals and save all the animals and take care of them. And, since I can't do that, I can certainly try and put them all in a piece of artwork. and, um, and I just thought, how cool would it be to try and, have different shelves from the jungle and from the desert and from the forest, and see how many animals I could put in there. And I just knew that, it would reach the hearts of other people that feel like I do, that just, want to be caretakers of the animal kingdom. And, I hope to do some more stuff like that.
Awesome. What about treasure hunt bookshelf?
Which one? It broke up a little bit there.
Treasure hunt bookshelf?
Oh, treasure hunt. It's really funny. If you look back in my old artwork, you'll see the original treasure hunt. Well, it wasn't treasure, it was just the bookshelf. And it's just the girl on a very plain bookshelf with just a little detail up top. And it's kind of all in sepia tone, like almost like what a real library would look like. And my agent came to me and said, what would happen if you populated this bookshelf even more than you have? Just really make it explode with details and everything. And I just thought, wow, it's a fantastic idea. And I think when I originally made it, that's what my mind saw, but I didn't really have the skills to do it at the time, because the original one was made years before. So when he suggested that, I just jumped into it. And I think in probably about 2 weeks later, I presented him with that one. And he just went, oh my gosh, this is great. Let's get this out there. And I just put all of my favorite kind of fairy tale stuff in there, stuff that are my own personal fairy tales. They're not exactly in a book, but it's stuff that, I've kind of dreamed of over the years. And, it just became this brilliantly colorful kind of symbol of what my artwork is now. It kind of set the course for what I do. And so I'll always be grateful that he suggested that.
Awesome. So for those who are watching, feel free to post your questions if you have any questions below. I have a couple more questions to ask, but then I definitely wanted to have some type of Q&A as much as possible. So definitely post your questions below. So now, what made you decide to partner with Heaven Earth Design?
Oh, well, that was just, we live not that far from each other. I live in the middle of Washington State. Heaven and Earth Designs is located down on the Oregon coast. And I go there all the time to the Oregon coast. And when Michelle first approached my agent about, I think it was my first agent, about licensing my stuff, I had no idea that people would even want to cross-stitch my art, because I just I hadn't really checked into the cross-stitch community. The last time I had cross-stitched, and I have cross-stitched, but it was a tiny little owl, like that little sampler that everybody did back in like 1979. And so when I looked and saw the absolute gorgeous beauty that went into the Heaven and Earth Design charts, and that they wanted to have people be able to do that with mine, it was just a no-brainer. I was just like, yes, please, let's do this. And then when I learned they were down on the Oregon coast, it was like, well, of course, it's like they're family now. I can't imagine it any other way. They're just fantastic people. I love working with Michelle and Bob and everybody, and it's just been super fun to become part of the Heaven and Earth Design family.
Awesome. We definitely appreciate your beautiful work, for sure.
Thank you.
So now, what does like a normal day for you look like? Because I know you're doing art full time, yeah?
I
Okay, so
am.
what does like an average day look like for you?
Yeah, well, if you can see behind me, I'm in my studio. Oh, look, it's my dog. It's Miso. Hey,
Oh.
Miso. She's wondering, why am I typing so much? I know. Look. um, well, when I'm not entertaining her, that's a full-time job. I'm here in my studio, and since my agent is located in London, I actually get up fairly early, about 6 in the morning, and I check in with them, and we kind of go through the notes for the day, and if there's anything, that I need to jump on, then they let me know. And then I, enjoy just being able to walk my dog and have a leisurely breakfast. And my husband works with me now, and we kind of go over what we need to do for the day. And then I just come in here and I turn on music and I light some candles, and that's when I get to disappear into my art. And I kind of have the luxury of being able to, if I'm really feeling it that day, I'll stay in here for 12 hours. And if I'm not, then I'll break away and do something else until the inspiration comes back. And that kind of keeps me from burning out or my eyeballs from falling out of my head because I'm staring at a computer so long. But I just kind of ride that wave, and certain times of the year are better than others. For some reason, February, March, I kind of always fall into a little bit of a lull. And then after that, it kind of ramps up. And everybody in my life, they know that when I'm in here and I'm working, then just they kind of leave me alone until I come out of my little hole and and am ready to cook or go out and do something. I love to cook and I love to do crafts and stuff like that. So that's, it's a very fortunate situation that I found myself in. And I used to work with a sheetrock company, hanging sheetrock. I used to be a barista. I used to do all these different things. And so I never take it for granted how really wonderful this is.
That is incredible. Somebody asked a question. There's actually some questions that. Okay, so Balkis asked, I think you kind of already answered this, but I'll ask it anyway. She asked, do you like cross stitch too?
I love it. I wish I had the time to actually do some. I haven't ruled it out. I probably wouldn't start off with one of my pieces. It's too hard. No, I think cross stitch is just unbelievably beautiful. It ends up looking like old world tapestries to me, and I can see why people love the colors of the floss and everything once they've got everything kitted up, and just that, I don't know, the whole ritual of it, I think, is a really beautiful thing. So, hopefully sometime in the future, I'll be able to dabble more than my little tiny owl I did in the 70s.
Awesome. Another question was it was Angie. She asked, she wanted to know more about your signature foxes in your artwork.
Was that my love of foxes? It kind of broke up there.
She wanted to know about your signature foxes and your artwork.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love foxes, and my original website was called Foxfires. I still have Foxfires. It just leads to my AimeeStewart.com website.
Okay.
There's just something about them that is so whimsical and, not quite dog-like, not quite cat-like. And in literature, they are so mischievous, and I don't know. I've always just felt a real bond with them, and that's why I think I saw somebody ask, do I have a Shiba Inu? And I do. And they're known as the fox dog. So I think because I'm making my own daydreams and I'm putting my own daydreams down in artwork, foxes just kind of tend to be in a lot of stuff I do. Sometimes they're hidden, sometimes they're not. But they probably will always be there in some form.
Nice. So there's another question. You talked about your inspiration. You talked a little bit about your environment. Yeah, there's so many questions or so many comments in general. Okay, someone asked if you cross-stitch your own designs. You talked about that. Oh, someone's asking what kind of dog you have. Who
Miso
wanted to
is,
know?
yeah, Miso is Shiba Inu. So
Ah,
Shiba.
she was right. Okay, she
Yes.
said, she asked if you had a Shiba Inu. That's cool. Okay.
Yes,
Nice.
and they're, oh my, she's yawning. They come from Japan and are known as an ancient breed. So they weren't bred to look like this. They looked like this all along. And so they're not what a typical dog is like. In fact, someone who actually owns a fox said if you want to own a fox as a pet, you should hang out with a Shiba Inu for a while because they're so similar in personality as far as the domesticated foxes. But we absolutely love her. She's just like my little, I don't know, she's just like my little inspiration every day.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, does your husband do any artwork as well?
Yes, he quit
Really?
his
Okay.
day job a year ago and has finally been able to join me full time, which is amazing.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just, I can't even believe that we've been able to do it. But and yeah, artwork and photography.
okay.
He's been training with me over the past year with the artwork. He's been a
Okay.
photographer first, but his first pieces have just been released to Heaven and Earth Designs, and so we'll be getting a few more of those pieces out very soon. And he's a lot shyer than I am, I'll tell you that. But yeah, he's just so excited to be able to be creative now after 30 years of working a day job.
That's so awesome that you both have that similar love. How cool.
Yeah.
Kim says that she'd love to see a shark piece. There really aren't any shark-centric patterns available, and I can't imagine an artist that would create a more beautiful piece. So,
It's true. I've been wanting to do an ocean piece, just like a beautiful ocean piece, and I can't imagine that without a shark in it. So at some point, probably this year, watch for that, for some ocean pieces and even some aquarium type pieces. I've got that written in my journal actually right now. So
how cool.
yeah.
Awesome. So someone else asked, what does Aimee do Emma, it was Emma. She asked, what does Aimee do to relax to refresh her designing talents?
Oh, when I'm relaxing, if I'm not reading or we live in a really beautiful part of Washington State. We go for walks and things like that. But for me, being able to craft is a huge relaxation for me. And I have a really good friend who lives nearby. And in fact, we're going to get together in the next few days. And we just try all different kinds of crafting. We'll write each other and we'll be like, hey, do you want to try making clay tiles today? It's like, yeah. And so we'll get the stuff together and we'll do that. And I find that so relaxing because it's still using the color and the creativity, but it's for me, it's just for my own personal expression. And yeah, that's probably my favorite thing to do. And nap. I like naps a lot.
Yes, sleep is good.
Yeah.
Deborah asked, if you were a cross stitcher, would you be a serial starter or would you just stitch one chart at a time?
Oh, was that if I was a cross stitcher, would I what? It
Would you
broke up a little.
Would you be a serial starter, like starting a bunch of different pieces, or would you just focus on one cross stitch project at a time?
You know, knowing me, I would probably be a serial starter
Yeah.
because I tend to do that with everything in life. Like I'll get really excited and I'll start one thing and then I'll start another. And um, I would like to say I would just, you know, start a project and finish it and be really dedicated. But no, I would probably have, you know, 10 different ones going on at the same time.
You would fit in very well with us. It's a
Yeah.
common thing for sure. All right. So you answered one of those questions already. And Melissa says, I love all of your work. I do have a question for you. I remember vaguely seeing a picture of a lawn or a beach chair in a beachy setting with a bunch of beach toys surrounding it. Do you know if that was sent to Heaven and Earth Design for charting?
That one, it's really funny. Sometimes I make artwork and I send it to my agent, and companies will buy it exclusively, which means
Oh, okay.
they buy it outright and nobody else can use it. And unfortunately, that one, that that happened too. But the good news is I can make more. There's no rule I can't make more. It's just that particular one went bye-bye. So I have it written down to make some more beach themed things. But my husband also is very, very good at that. And so between the two of us, there'll definitely be similar ones coming soon, and that we will absolutely, you know, send off to heaven and earth and not wave goodbye to them.
Awesome. Okay, there's going to be a couple of more questions and then we'll go ahead and end. Nicole asked if you had ever done any artwork of your dog.
You know, you would think I would have, and I haven't, but I absolutely am going to. She's worthy of all the paintings. So yeah, very soon I will be doing some Shiba Inu themed artwork, and she's going to be in it. So that, yes.
Awesome. That's awesome. And Nicole actually says that she owns a Shiba Inu herself. How cool.
Oh, how cool. I love that.
Yeah.
Yay.
Natalie asked, what's your favorite Heaven Earth design? What's your favorite chart?
Oh boy, that's of um of other people's. I'm a huge fan of Kiniko Craft. I'm a huge fan of Stephanie Law. I mean, I love her artwork so much. And of course, she uses foxes so much in her art. And Marchetti, I don't think, am I saying that right? Marchetti.
Yeah, I love it. So good.
Oh my gosh. I look at his artwork and I think, why didn't I think of that? That's so beautiful. And I get total art envy. And as far as a specific chart, I can't think of like which one of theirs would be my favorite, but it would definitely be one of those three. They blow my mind every time I look at them.
Awesome. All right. Okay, so someone asked, what do you read?
What do I read? Oh my goodness. I kind of read everything. I love biographies. In fact, right now, I was born in the 70s, but I'm an 80s girl, and I'm reading the biography of John Taylor from Duran Duran. Totally dating myself, but and then I read fantasy, I read mysteries. Some of my favorite authors, I like Mercedes Lackey for fantasy, and Melanie Ron. I like some Stephen King. My favorite author actually is Nick Bantock, who combines art and writing and has some brilliant stuff out there. And then for classics, I love Charles Dickens. I mean, it can't get any better for me than Charles Dickens. But you know, if something catches my eye, I'll pick it up and read it. You know, it's all fair game.
Awesome. What are your plans for Christmas?
A lot of crafting. I tend to lay low, get together with friends, kind of keep it low key. And like I said, my friend Nicole West, who's a very, very talented sculptor. If anyone wants to look up her name, Nicole West Fantasy Art on Facebook. She just makes amazing things. And so we've just planned a few days of, we're getting together and we're going to take cigar boxes, not the cardboard kind, but the wooden kind where you can like, almost like a little humidor. And we're going to paint and collage and do some clay tile and kind of just make these little vignettes inside the boxes. And for us, that's like the funnest thing we could think of doing. And so we'll make some good food and we'll do that and enjoy time with family. And yeah, that's about it.
All right, pretty cool. Okay, let's see. 2 last questions. Sue asked, "Do you take your camera everywhere for inspiration for your day?"
What? I'm sorry, that broke up. What was that?
Okay. She asked, "Do you take your camera everywhere for your inspiration for the day?"
I do.
Okay.
I'm always with a camera, and sometimes I know it's annoying to people because if I'm somewhere, I could probably stop every 3 feet and take a picture of something and just be like, oh, I want to keep this for later. This is great. Especially if I'm like in an antique mall, forget it. I will stop every 3 feet and be taking pictures of stuff and collecting them. And yeah, cameras are so great. You can just instantly keep that piece of inspiration with you. And my husband Lars is the same. He's got his camera, and we fill up our computers way faster than we should with all these pictures that we will probably never do anything with all of them, but at least we know they're there.
Yeah. It's kind of like collecting charts. You just have a lot that you may never stitch, but they're just so great. You have to just buy them, you know. So we feel you on
Yeah.
that one for sure. Okay. Last question for the night. Someone asked if it says, "Will you and Stu collaborate any pieces together?"
Oh
Michelle
yeah,
asked.
absolutely. I mean, we already kind of do. A lot of his photography has ended up in my artwork. And so in the future, we just kind of look at it like this, a grand collaboration. We're just going to be going at it together, and hopefully, you know, we'll be able to think of a piece where we'll both be able to bring our talents in together and just make something really grand for everybody, and make it, you know, it's going to be colorful. Be like all the
Yes.
colors in the universe.
Awesome. Sweet. All right. So I think that is all for the questions for tonight. I definitely want to not have this go for like 2 hours, although we could probably sit here and talk for 2 hours. But I definitely want to respect your time and the time of everyone who's on. But we definitely want to thank you so much for doing this. I was just so surprised that you actually responded to my message. I was like, she's probably going to ignore this or
Oh.
whatever. But it's so awesome. And I am so blessed to have this opportunity to just pick your brain and like figure out what's going on up there and just to hear more about your artwork because I really just love all of your artwork and all of your designing. So,
Well, thank you
it's
so much.
awesome.
I was really excited you asked me. It's been a real pleasure.
Yeah, for sure. So awesome. All right, guys. So you can pop up some emojis to show Aimee some love. We want to thank you so much for hopping in. I will edit the video. I'm probably going to edit the first part where I was just like blabbing, but I'm going to edit probably the first part of the video, pop it on YouTube, and then you'll have all of the information for the giveaway then. And so hopefully I'll be able to do that. The goal is to have that tonight because the giveaway is actually going to run for 3 weeks. So we have some
Okay, perfect.
time.
Nice. And I'll
Yeah, so
try, is there a way, like, I'll try to answer people's what they've commented. I can go back through and maybe answer some of them too after the fact if there's a place I
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
so
try to
just
do
in
that.
the group, yeah, the video is being recorded right now. So as soon as we get off, you'll be able to check it out again and just comment on any questions that people have or whatever, for sure. That'd be so awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Aimee, for your time. We really appreciate it. And I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year coming
Thank
up.
you.
All right.
All right, you
Bye.
too. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.